We've all been there. You clock out, the computer shuts down, but your mind remains firmly lodged in the office. All you can think about are your emails, all of your unfinished tasks. But what if there is a way to hit a mental off switch and actually leave work at work? So today I want to talk a little bit about the wind down routine. Basically, a simple set of practices designed to ease you from productivity and get you into a land of relaxation. So the first thing I like to do is to establish a transition routine. So I like to create a physical separation between work and personal life. So leaving your workspace, whether it's a home office, whether it's your workplace, or even it just can be a corner in your home, can do wonders for you. And sometimes a 10-minute walk, a quick rundown of chores, or even just changing your outfit into something more comfortable can create this sense of separation between work and your evening routine. Another thing I feel is very helpful is to switch the focus mode on my phone after I finish work. So this helps me resist the urge to check work emails or answer late night calls or worry about my projects once I log off from my computer. These boundaries are so easy to set. You can create your work mode on your phone as well as your leisure mode, and all the apps and notifications will change accordingly once you switch back to these modes. I think that your off-duty time is sacred, and respecting that boundary for me is the key to a true unwind routine. Also, if your work is usually intellectual and creative, switching gears may actually help you get a lot of things done. The human brain thrives on variety. When we engage in diverse activities, we stimulate different parts of our brains as well. So when you switch gears between activities massively, you allow parts of your brain to rest and other parts to become active. So whenever I finish work, I like to do this. My work primarily involves reading and writing. So when I stop working in the late afternoon, I like to engage in basically mindless chores. So cleaning, taking the dog for a walk, driving to fetch my son from daycare, or listening to music. These activities do not stimulate the same parts of my brain, and they help me start the unwinding process. Before I switch off my task mode, however, I like to take advantage of those last remnants of brain power to take 5 to 10 minutes to review my to-do list. This allows me to prioritize for success because it makes me reassess my tasks for the following day. I identify the most important ones and schedule them first, and this ensures that I tackle the high-impact items while my energy is at its peak, which in my case is in the morning. If in your case you feel like your energy is at its peak in the afternoon, then you should switch this around to make sure that your high-impact tasks are scheduled for the afternoon and your low-impact tasks are scheduled for the morning. Secondly, I like to see whether any of my tasks can be delegated to someone else, a team member or a family member if it's a home-related task. Sometimes offloading non-essential items frees up your time and mental space for those high-impact items that we've just mentioned. Thirdly, I schedule buffer time. As I'm reevaluating my list, I make sure that I'm padding my schedule with buffer time between tasks to account for any unexpected events and also avoid last-minute scrambling. Then I have to move my unfinished business. Almost every day, some of my tasks do not get completed, and I like to make sure that once the day ends, instead of just piling them in my task inbox, I'm actually scheduling them for a time that makes sense. It may be not tomorrow, it may be next week, but I'm ensuring that I'm carving out time and space to tackle those tasks. If you're using AkiFlow, you can actually integrate this by having a daily shutdown routine. The daily shutdown has 2 stages. First of all, you do a today review and then a tomorrow review. With today's review, you basically look into the tasks that you completed today, you check your progress, you analyze how you spend your time, and then you wrap up your day with your mind at ease. This means that you basically plan your next day, taking into account what you did today. Looking at all of your tasks, you decide what are your most high-impact tasks and you select one. And you can actually do this and set a daily goal, and that will pop up in your AkiFlow to-do list. You can then visit your stats to review how you spend your time, and then you build your next week's plan differently. Take a moment to ask yourself where should most of your time go, what your goals are, and which activities you should delegate or cut. Besides this quick unwind shutdown routine, I like to do the same thing at the end of the week. So not only do I like to do this review at the end of every single workday, but I also like to reach Friday and actually look back at my week and understand how I can improve. I review what I've accomplished and then I set new goals for the following week. I make sure that I also adjust as needed. So if I find certain activities that are taking up too much time, and I could definitely have some incremental efficiency gains if I do things differently, that's what I try to adjust for the following week. When I incorporate these strategies into my routine, I can make the most out of my time after work, and I ensure a balance between productivity, relaxation, and well-being. The calendar and task manager you've seen on the screen is AccuFlow, our kind sponsor for today's video. Here I'm using the daily planning ritual in AccuFlow to get a glance at what my day will look like. The ritual starts by reviewing the tasks from the previous day before moving on to the new ones. This before and after approach is incredibly helpful for identifying any loose threads you need to address today. On the left sidebar, you can see the different projects and the time allocated for all tasks according to each project. You also have a list of events that may have been created in AccuFlow or imported from other calendars, so you know exactly what will happen throughout your day. Next, you have your inbox, a pane with all pending tasks. Think of this inbox as a brain dump. The idea is to review it and decide whether to add any tasks to your today view, which is the third section on the screen. Your today view will include both general to-dos, like things you need to accomplish that day, and scheduled tasks color-coded by project. These include individual tasks as well as slots. So slots are one of my favorite features in AccuFlow. They're essentially windows assigned to a project that you can fill in with individual tasks. In the last section, you have your calendar for the day, and you can click and drag tasks from other sections into this pane, allowing you to calendar block events, tasks, and slots so you know exactly what you should be doing at any given time. Successful entrepreneurs and professionals swear by this productivity method as it provides a bird's eye view of everything you need to do, and it also ensures you're dedicating the necessary time to each task and project. AccuFlow streamlines the calendar blocking process by integrating tasks from project managers, email, Notion, and other apps into one place. For example, if you organize your projects in Notion, you can effortlessly import all of your tasks into AccuFlow and then drop them into your calendar. So to get started, click the link in the description box below to sign up for AccuFlow today.